Lema Shant here. I'm outside today in my garden. I wanted to talk about some herbs that you can grow yourself in small pots. So I put them in my container garden. I have just your regular rosemary plant here, and I have some sweet basil. I've cut this one back so he's not as big and bushy as he was. And I also have anamu, also known as guinea henweed. Now, I want to start talking first about the rosemary. Rosemary is an herb that you can use to remember the dead. A lot of times people will take a sprig to the cemetery and lay it on their loved ones' graves. It is also very good for banishing any negative spirits that you may have in your home. You can hang it, just a sprig of it. You could also burn it like smudge on maybe charcoal. I like to, if I'm having some sort of a little bonfire, I like to also remember my deceased loved ones and take a sprig of it and throw it onto the fire. It smells lovely. So that's just one of the things you could do for rosemary. Now, rosemary is also very easy to grow more from. You would take one of your sprigs of it here. I like to take maybe about 5 inches of it and just cut that off. You can use what you pull off, but you want to pull some of the little leaves off of the bottom, because we want it so that it's not having the leaves sitting in water. But we're just going to do that real quick. So you have like a good 2 inches. I've already started one over here. But you just take a glass of water, you stick it down in there, and you can stick it in your windowsill, let the sunlight on it, and you'll start to grow some roots. Now, the other one I want to talk about, of course, is basil. It is also a very uplifting type of herb. It also helps banish negativity. You could use that as well as the rosemary or in combination with them. So this you can also take a start from. Let's see if I can find one in here that's big enough to do. I guess this one is. So let's clip it here. But same thing. And you can pick up the rosemary in a grocery store. You can pick up basil in a grocery store. They sell the plants. But if you want to grow more of it, you want several plants, maybe you want to give it to your friends, you can take a piece like that, clean off the bottom of the leaves, and stick it in the glass of water. So here I've got some starts, and it's a very simple thing to do. Now, the next plant, which is kind of my baby, one of my plants I absolutely adore, and this is my anamu. It's also known as guinea henweed. It is one of those that's a little bit harder to find. I had to order mine online. It came in the form of a plant already. It was ready to go. It was not very big, and I really kind of worried about it. It only had a few leaves on it. But now you can see that it's really gotten a lot bigger over the last few months. Now, this plant is what I use in my heavy clearing work. So, anamu I put in a spray bottle. You can just use regular spring water. You could use some Florida water. I mix up a Florida water spray with anamu, and I add a few drops of frankincense oil in it as well. For me, it's like an exorcism in a bottle. And I sell it pre-made, so if that's something you're interested in, I also sell the bottles of it. But I love this plant. I haven't harvested from this because I had a whole bunch of dried anamu from a friend of mine. This one's not really quite big enough. I don't want to harvest anything from it yet. It's still branching and still growing. The other thing about this plant is they say that it has cancer fighting ability. And the leaves taste a little bit like garlic. I have eaten a leaf of anamu, and it doesn't taste bad, and it's like 1 leaf a day. You don't want to overdo it. I think it's also a blood thinner, so if you're doing a blood thinning type of medicine, don't take this. But look it up. It is good for fighting cancer as well as just fighting spirits. But cancer is kind of a negative entity, isn't it? So we want to fight that as well as negative spirits. But that's what I wanted to show you today. It's a very quick video, but I wanted to take you outside into my garden. I love my garden space and just wanted to share it with you. So if you are seeking a personal reading, check out my website, willowlamachant.com. Also, if you would like to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, those links are going to be also down below in the description of the video. If you have any questions about the herbs that I use, I'd be happy to talk with you also. Contact me through my website. Until next time, be blessed.